Hi, everyone. Welcome to Unbridled Emotions, our season finale. We had our last episode, I guess, just a Friday. And so we're doing a Q&A, and I'm here live and hoping to, I guess, share a little bit of the passion that I have for writing, what it's been like going through this whole process. It's been an interesting process. I say, like I've said before on a couple of occasions, have the opportunity to work with my good friend Tony, who's been my producer and doing all the sound work. Tony has his own YouTube channel, Quick Tech Solutions, QUIK Tech Solutions. So check him out on YouTube. My buddy Michael Hunt in California, who did the music for everything. So it's been an interesting process for me, working with these guys on a continuous basis, and finally getting to put out what I've been writing since I was about 12. Started writing, and you write. I wrote for me, but just more or less to put it out there and to get it off my chest and have a place for me to put all my emotions and my thoughts, and to be able to actually now bring that about where I'm actually publishing. It's been an really interesting process. Listen, make sure you let me know you're there. Say hi if you have a comment, just to let me know that people are checking in. Let me know how the audio is. And I'm waiting.
So James, we have Dorothy says hello.
Hi, Dorothy. Welcome. Thank you for joining me, hon. I appreciate that. That's my wife, everyone.
And we also have a greeting from Sherry.
Hi, Sherry. How are you? Thank you for being here. This is a great, I guess, finish to the season for Tony and I and Michael. And so thank you, everybody, for checking in. I appreciate it.
Dorothy also says it sounds great.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Dor. The sound we worked on for a while. As you know, we did a test a couple of weeks back. Tony is a perfectionist, and I love him. He's really, this all came about because of him. I mean, he's had all the equipment and all the know-how, and so he's been helping me bring my dream out. So, to live. So it's been fun. So
Lisa says hello as well.
Hi, Lisa. Welcome. Thank you for joining. I appreciate that.
She said the audio sounds great.
Oh, thank you. Very nice. We need the feedback, so help. So thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Tracy says, Tracy Shout.
Hey, Tracy. Welcome. Hi. How are you? Thank you for checking in.
She just wanted to say hello and hope you and Dorothy are doing well.
We're doing great, Tracy. Thank you. Tell your family and all we said hi. Thanks for listening and subscribing. Really appreciate it, Trace. Miss you guys.
Stacy Reynolds says hi, and it sounds good.
Hey, Stacy. Hi. Tell Bob and the family hi, and you guys are in my thoughts and prayers. Miss you guys. Appreciate it.
Adriana Owen, much love for you, James, from Robert and Adriana.
Oh, Adriana, Robert, love you too. Adriana was one of my swimmers when I was working with Virginia Tech. My real life was as a massage therapist, and so she and Robert are so dear to me, and she was really instrumental in a lot of me putting this work out. She said on numerous occasions in the 7 seasons I worked with them, you need to publish this, you need to publish that, you need to. And so thank you, Adriana. Thank you, Robert. I'm finally there doing what I've been meaning to do for years. So
Ned Skinner says hello. I'm present and focused, James. Rocket.
Oh, Ned. And Ned was the coach for Virginia Tech when I was there, and my good friend for 7 years. And since then we've stayed in touch. Love you, buddy. You know that. I appreciate you being here. I appreciated all the support, all the comments. I couldn't have done it without everybody. I'm being really honest. It's been an interesting process going through this and learning to revisit a lot of my writings and to put everything out there for people to see and actually be vulnerable, which I've written about in a few pieces. And so to actually be now published, finishing our 12 episodes in the first season. We're all geared up for our second season, which is starting on February 5th. We're actually adding a component to our audio podcast. So we're going to go live with the audio podcast on February 5th. And in addition to that, we are, as you all subscribe to the YouTube channel, we are now in the process of customizing Unbridled Emotions for my name for the YouTube channel. And we're going to do a live, pre-recorded, as you will, but live video, so that I will actually do a reading in addition to the audio. So you'll have an opportunity to listen to it or actually watch me do a live reading. So thank you for everything, people. I wouldn't have been here because of anybody. Tony says we have a question from Facebook. So Tony, what do we have there?
So Sherry asks, how has COVID influenced these podcasts and the production, basically?
Good question, Sherry. Thank you. I would have to say that, I mean, my focus was my writings were always in the background. I've been writing since I was 12 years old, but in having my profession be a massage therapist, as I had been, with my focus had been on sports. And then when everything shut down with COVID last year, I kind of lost having any business. And I mean, COVID was, I guess, my mother of invention in midst of all of that. And it has allowed me the opportunity to be away from the work, if you will, and to actually put out the writings. So I mean, and I'm sorry, honestly, listening to all the stories from people with COVID, families, and I mean, my mom and my wife's mom are both in assisted livings, and I know so many people across the country that have had to deal with, have lost so much, jobs and family, and my heart goes out to everybody. So I hope that answers your question, Sherry. Appreciate the question. Thank you.
Kristen Lewis Williams says, hi, guys.
Hey, Kristen, how are you? Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Tony's over there waving as well. Thank you for listening. Thank you for checking in. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for checking us out. It's much appreciated.
So Tracy says, yay, triple exclamation point. And I'm going to combine two of her comments.
Sure.
You always do big things. Couldn't be prouder to call you my friend. And she wrote also in a previous post, miss you guys so much.
Tracy, listen, you know what? I've written about it a bunch of times, and you know me for a number of years. Oh my gosh. I mean, I miss all the Jackal games together, and all the family we had there when we would get together to enjoy the baseball. But you get one life, you know, and so especially during these times, we've dealt with so much. To be able to reach out and do something that I've always wanted to do, and with all the support, I mean, honestly, I really couldn't have done it without the support. Everybody has just been so great. I get text messages, emails, and comments on the site. People checking out the website and just, you know, giving me kudos and giving me support and comments. People I've met throughout my journeys, you know, and vacations and traveling, and people throughout the world that have just become friends and have lent their comments and support to my project. And having Tony and Michael on board has been like just the best thing I could have ever asked for. So thank you for that so much. I appreciate it. Miss you guys too. Please tell everybody I said hi. Thanks, Tracy. That's I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm going to go back to where it started. I mean, you know, and I kind of remember all the questions that I've received from people, having them ask me what was the inspirations behind. I think growing up, you know, we all do this. We go through where we try to figure out where our life is going, what it's all about, what's your purpose here. And I started writing like I did way back then for that particular reason. You know, you're a child, you're dealing with all kinds of stuff, and you don't know what direction to go in. And I think in writing, it helped me to put all that in perspective. And an idea is great that it comes out of it's in your mind, but when you put it out on paper, it becomes reality. So Tony says we have a question from Facebook. So Tony, what do you have?
So Ned asks, what have you been working on recently? Any fresh insights on how to adjust to change?
Okay. I guess, yeah, Ned. I mean, you know me, always being a very positive person to begin with, but in this process of going through and having revisited a lot of the old writings, you know, a lot of my old ideas and thoughts, I have found myself, I mean, again, here I am on camera, which isn't surprising to, I'm sure, a lot of people, but I think the way that we've dealt with all of the tragedies over this past year, and the challenges, it has helped me to step up my game. It has helped me to become more positive, actually taking a stand on a lot more things than I had done in the past. I think I always stayed in the background, believe it or not, from me. And I'm taking a stand more. And I think I'm seeing what's going on out there in the world, and I'm writing about it, and I'm trying to make an impact. So, thank you for the question. That I hope that answers it for you. I'm sure we'll talk again. Please tell everybody, the family, that we said hi, and I miss you, buddy. I think that in to go back to your question a little bit, Tony and I have already been working through season 2, all the pieces that have been I've written. So I have 12 pieces for the second season as well. And we've been through the process of doing that. I'm already working on stuff for season 3. And now that we've added this component from YouTube, where we're actually where we're doing the live readings, recorded, of course, that's a whole different process. I've gotten a chance to grow in that with Tony and Michael. And so I'm finding myself in a different genre, if you will, not error, where we're actually doing recordings, video, and backdrops and green screens and all this stuff. It's been interesting. It's been a great process for me. And I said, I have we follow the analytics on the Anchor site, and I have had almost 900 listens to the audio podcast. For me, that's absolutely amazing. And then it also breaks down where your listeners are coming from. So I actually have reached listens in 23 states in the United States so far, and 7 countries. I don't even know how that is possible. I've had comments from Canada. I've had comments from Germany, from France, from the Netherlands, from Australia, from Hong Kong, from Singapore. I didn't realize I knew so many people, and I think it's everybody I've come in contact with my entire life. People are all over the world. I mean, and it's nice that technologies allow you to stay in touch. They allow you to share your thoughts and ideas. They allow you to, in the fact of the distance, you can't be with people normally all the time, even pre-COVID, because people are all over the world. But you can support each other. You can be there during the tragedies and the sorrowful days, and also enjoy people's be happy for people. And when people have positive things going on, being able to affirm that with them and give them my comments. Most of you know me well enough that anytime I'm commenting on something, I'm not one to always just do a like or a heart or something, even though that's nice in our busy time. I like to give people feedback. I like to let people know what I'm thinking, hence the writings. And this process of writing has been just tremendous for me. I mean, I've been able to grow so much. I mean, you think that you're worldly, you think that you have a handle on everything as far as emotions and stuff, but writing, I'm digging so deep inside myself again, and I'm pulling out all of these things, and I'm opening all these doors, and these, you say God closes one door and opens a window. I have had so many of these doors inside of me just open up, and the fact that people are receptive to that, and I'm getting a lot of positive feedback from people, and people are saying to me, "Hey, I understood that. That was me. Gosh, I read the first line, I heard the first line, and I was like, I had dealt with that." And so they revisited thoughts of their childhood, and my struggles were their struggles. And I mean, we're all brothers and sisters. I'm sorry, in this world, that we are all connected, and the fact that we can connect. My goal, and I've written it in my mission statement in my website, was to have people start thinking critically again, to connect again with one another, to reach out and support and be there for one another. I mean, that's all we have is each other. And I think in order to rebuild back to somebody's question earlier, I think it was Tracy or Ned too, had said that I think that in order to rebuild and reestablish ourselves and help each other is we need to connect with each other again. We need to know that there's a person there anytime to support each other. I mean, we all deal with the same kinds of things. You don't think so, but you do. And the fact that I'm getting this feedback from people because I am writing like this, and it is eliciting all of these ideas and thoughts and emotions from people. I mean, that's priceless. I mean, to borrow a line from the commercial, it is actually something that I did not know. I mean, when I put this out, when Tony and I talked about this over the past few years, by the way, as many of you know, and you've seen some of my writings in the past, I never knew, how it would be received. And then when I got feedback from people over the years, and again, I started writing when I was 12, I would share things with people. Give them a piece for a birthday or a wedding or something to that effect. I'm going to hold that thought. Tony says we have a question from Facebook. So, Tony, what do we have there?
So Adriana is asking you, can you please describe your experience rereading your previous writings from your childhood?
Wow. Thank you, Adriana. I appreciate that. It's a great question. I'll tell you what, it brought back a lot of my thoughts as a child. It helped me to see where I was at that time and to see how I've grown and what my thoughts were. I mean, I had a fourth grade teacher that said, you can't build a house on sand. And so going back and revisiting these, it was like they were my base. That was what made me strong. Gave me the support to be able to move on and keep on writing, and going back and going through some of those pieces. And I've mentioned it to a number of people. I've been keeping journals since I think the early 90s. And so I don't have as many pieces of writings from when I was a child. I have some, but I don't have as many as I wish I did. If I've given writing to anybody, please return that or at least send me a copy so I can work off of that. That would be helpful. But Adriana, no, it's been fascinating for me and so thought-provoking that it's helped my writings. I mean, I just finished writing a few pieces for season 3 already, and they were based on childhood writings. They were based on my experiences since then to now. I mean, you're talking a couple of decades there as I've experienced so much. So it's been a great process. Adriana, thank you for the question. It was awesome. Robert, please give Robert my regards and love you guys. Miss you guys so much. Tony says we have a question from YouTube. Tony, what do we have?
So Dorothy asks, do any of your life experiences motivate you to write?
Oh, great question, Dorothy. Thank you. My wife is downstairs listening and said that she is my support. I mean, honestly, my life experiences, Dorothy and I have been together almost 30 years, and to have all of that experiences from what she and I have gone through. I mean, hey, listen, people, marriage is not easy. Okay. It's a process as my writings are, and you have to work at it, but it's worth it. And she has made me into the man I am today because of the things that I've dealt with, and she and I have tackled together in this journey. It's lent itself to my writing absolutely tremendously. You know that, Dorothy. Every time I write something, most of the stuff I share with Dorothy, a lot of times I'll read them to her when she's going to sleep, and she'll be like, that was, and she's out. so my voice is soothing. I keep being told by everybody. So I guess that's evident in my readings. But Dorothy, yes, thank you for the question. My experiences with us and everything else I've dealt with has lent itself to that, to my writings. And I think it's making me a better writer. So thank you, Dorothy. Tony says we have a question from Facebook. Tony?
Well, just a comment. Ann Kinsley Heffern says, looking good, cousin. Keep it up.
Oh, Ann. My cousin Ann and Donnie and the whole family have been so supportive. Matter of fact, Annie and Donnie and the family had sent me a plaque which had Unbridled Emotions. I broke my heart. I mean, I was crying when I got it. Be honest with you, it's downstairs, Tony. I didn't bring it. I didn't bring it up with me, and I wish I had. If I had it, Dorothy's probably seeing this, and she'll go get it. It's in the bedroom, over in the corner by the table. But anyway, they sent me this plaque that said Unbridled Emotions with a card that said how proud of me they were. And Donnie, everybody, to Donnie and Caitlin and Brian, everybody. When I got that, I'll be honest with you, it really brought all of my emotions to the surface, because to actually put myself out there, number one, to write, to share myself, and to allow myself to be vulnerable by putting all my words out there for everybody to see, to comment, and what have you on. And then to get that from you guys. I mean, you always love and support is always sent to me from you all, and my family as well. But to receive that, it was just like, I don't know. It put me over the top. So thank you guys. Love you guys. Miss you guys so much. Okay. I'm looking at my producer, Tony's like the best guy. I mean, I tell you, we've got these little signals that he's over. I have to keep looking at him to see what he's got to tell me next. So Tony, where are we going? What do we have?
So right now we really aren't getting any questions on the actual episodes. The chatter is good. The dialogue this is great. So why don't you tell them a little bit about the behind the scenes, how it started over at the marina when we were having lunch.
Sure.
And how it went from there, and then what we do on our weekly behind the scenes, the process of the recording.
Sure. Great. Yeah, great.
Let them know what goes on behind the scenes.
Great thought process, Tony. As Tony said, I had talked to Tony a couple of years back about, and he's seen very, very few of my pieces. And a couple of times he said, I told him I wanted to go ahead and publish something at some point in time when God opened all the doors and closed all the windows or whatever, when everything fell into place, it would happen. And last year, after he and I had talked about it a while back, and then we're having lunch one day, and I mentioned to him again, and he had all the technical ends covered. And he said, listen, we can do this. We should, excuse me, we should go ahead and try to put this out and see where we go. So what we did was, everybody will get a kick out of this. I think, I know I do. Every time someone says your sound is amazing, and I laugh. And Tony and I had some plywood in my garage. I had a couple of pieces of PVC. Tony and I put together this V-shaped with a couple of hinges on it, and went ahead and got some soundboard and some styrofoam soundproofing, and glued and stapled and screwed everything together. Put a cage over the top, put some moving blankets to cover everything and to insulate it. And we brought some clips to close the covers. I have a microphone in there. I have a stool in there and a small music stand. And my microphone is set up, and Tony's outside. The only thing we don't have is a window, so I can see him when I'm in there working. But I mean, he locks me in, if you will, and then gives me a little tap on the board and tells me it's time to go. And then I go ahead and do my reading. That in and of itself, that whole process. I mean, when we first started, I had people, I have a friend, Jen, who's from California, who had commented that, and she's in the entertainment business and very successful at what she does, but had made some comments about, hey, you should not have a preset, script, if you will. You should be able to be more natural. So I gotten some comments from her, gotten some comments from my wife. Tony, may give me some comments about that as well. So hearing the different comments from people, the feedback has helped this process grow. We have been doing everything kind of more sporadically. I mean, we're organized and everything's written out and what have you for the readings themselves, because let me be honest with you. I mean, since this process, I've written 30 pieces, and to remember exactly each piece, it's a little difficult. But that whole process that we were doing the intro to people and sharing, my views, and then closing out after the readings and the music, and how the music comes into play, leads you into the piece, and then it fades out, and then it's, kind of leads you out as you're done. Michael, my buddy Michael Hunt in California, Michael had done the music for that. Tony said, "Hey, we need some music," and I said, "Look, I got a buddy, I'll call him," and he was so honored and happy to be part of the project. So the fact that I've been able to really build my relationships even more so with the people that I'm friends with, and to be able to go through this process, build our sound booth, get behind a camera, get in front of a camera, I should say, and just watch how this has developed. It's been absolutely amazing. Tony says we have a question from Facebook. Tony, what do we have?
So Linda Jankowitz Sherry, I'm going to combine a couple of
Sure, of course.
First off, she says hello or hi, James. And then she says hello from Marana, Arizona. And then her question is, how does your wife feel about you doing this?
Hi, Linda. Linda is my sister-in-law, Linda, Sherry, and Bob. Hi, Bob, and the whole family out there in Arizona. I'll tell you, Linda, Dorothy has been so supportive of all of this. Matter of fact, she had been doing some of my proofing, most of my proofing on my pieces, so that I would be writing something, and here I am, an English major, right? And so I write, and I think, well, I'm pretty good at what I do as far as the writing. And then Dorothy looks at it like some of my professors in college used to say, you need to work on the grammatics, the grammar, the grammatical end of things. So Dorothy looks at everything, having that background when she was in business, and she is so detail oriented, as you well know with your sister. And so she would go through things and say, hey, you might not want to say that way, or I'm not so much changing my words, but saying, you might want to punctuate this. You might want to put a period here. You might want to make that a different sentence. And so she's been really supportive, Linda. It's been helpful that she has taken the time, because everybody has skills and being able to do things based on what their backgrounds is. We all have our own gifts. And so that is definitely hers. And so she's helped me tremendously. So thank you. Please, Linda, love you guys. Miss you guys. Tell Bob and the family we said hi, and I'll talk soon. Tony says we have another question from Facebook. Tony?
Well, a comment. Debbie Nelson says, you are such an insightful, spiritual, and overall great guy! Exclamation point.
Debbie Nelson, Debbie and Alan. Thank you. Debbie and Alan and I, Tony and Lisa, Tony's wife, and we all knew each other from up north in New Jersey, where we grew up, and we rode motorcycles together through a Bergen Harley club up there, and that's how we all met. And we've been friends for probably close to 15 years now, Tony. And so thank you, Debbie, for that. I appreciate it. My mom was very nurturing in that way, from always share your feelings. And she was always that way with me. And so I think I got a lot of that from her in that respect. And being spiritual, I've always been guided. God has always been in my life since I was a kid. And my mom tells me a story when I was little, going back to when I was 2. She said I was on the floor, as I'm still on the floor all the time. I'm always doing my stretching and moving around. Everybody who knows me knows that. And she said, and I was looking up and I was talking to someone, and she said, who am I talking to? And I said, God. So he's been in my life since at least that I can remember, about 2 years old. So anyway, thank you, Debbie. I appreciate it. Tell Alan hi. Miss you guys. Love you guys. Tony says I have another question from YouTube. So Tony, what do we have?
So we have a comment from Alex Automotive Reviews. It says, hi, Uncle James. Good luck.
That's my nephew. Hi, Alex. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that so much. I miss you guys. You know how much I miss you. It was funny because I had been up there with my wife. Now, we haven't seen the family since back February of last year. And they, my sister-in-law, Cindy, and my brother-in-law, Mark, and my goddaughter, Amanda, had this board that had all the little not push pins, but the letters and the words and stuff, the numbers and stuff. And so I would sit. It's supposed to be an inspirational board of some sort. I don't know if it has a particular name, but I would be, when we were at their house, we'd stay with them most of the time when we were up there, all the time, I should say, pretty much. And I would be sitting in the morning and I would get that board and I would write a couple of inspirational comments and put them out. And it was positively taken by my niece and nephew, my brother-in-law, sister-in-law. So Alex, love you, buddy. Miss you and Amanda, Mark and Cindy. And thank you for the comments. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching and supporting us. Yeah, okay. So, I mean, I think I've covered everything. I mean, I can't say enough about thank you for all. I mean, I put a call out the other day and asked everybody, hey, listen, I need to get 100 subscribers for YouTube because they have this protocol that I need to go ahead and have so many in order to semi-customize my name and have the Unbridled Emotions name under the Cole Creative Writings. And so I asked everybody, please just subscribe so I can get there and I can do this. And I have to tell you, I had that within 24 hours. I think I had my 100 people that responded and subscribed. I think we're at 120 now, Tony, you told me. So thank you, everybody, for all of that. Tony says I have another comment or question from Facebook.
Yep, I think you were just about to begin to wrap it up. But Adriana asks, what is the theme and focus for season 2?
That's a good question. I mean, I think based on all the stuff that happened last year, I have started to write with more of that focus, more of the thoughts about all of what we had dealt with as a country. And so to answer that question, Adriana, it's evolved. It's being more driven by, I think, the stuff that's going on currently or had in our past and looking forward to a brighter future. And so I've written that way. A lot of the pieces are breaking down what I dealt with or what I felt with, I guess what I felt going through all of that and in dealing with all the people that I knew that were affected. And I'm talking about all over the country, all over the world for that matter. And so I think the pieces are driven by a lot of that, a lot of the stuff that's going on currently. So I guess that's probably the best way to answer it. That's where you're going to see a lot more of that. And I think it'll be more relevant to more than just faith, although faith is plays the big part in that, but it'll be a lot more driven based on current circumstances. So I hope that answers your question. I can't thank you enough because I know you guys are so busy down there. And so the fact that you took the time to be here, I love you. I love you, Robert. Thank you both so much for all your support. I miss you guys so much. I don't know, Tony, is there anybody else that's reaching out to us there?
It doesn't look like it. And, you've done a good job here, buddy. You're on the air for now total of 32 minutes and 32 seconds. So I think that's not bad for the first go round.
No, so I always say, so Tony's, I'm sure you can hear it. The mics are great. And, but over a half an hour worth of content and all the questions. Thank you, everybody, really, for checking in from all over the place. I can't say thank you enough because, you never know how you're going to be accepted or how people are going to react to what you put out. I'm one that has a pretty thick skin. So as far as that's concerned, I wasn't saying like I would worry about it. Tony said, how do you think you'll react to stuff? I said, I don't know. I mean, I think people will take it positively. And I can't say that no one has given me anything bad, no bad feedback. Everything's been positive. Everything's been supportive. And that has lent itself to, back to your question, Adriana, before, is that I'm writing with that in mind. I know what people have gotten out of the pieces. Tony and I, a little process we were talking before about how we go through every day, what we do. We air, or they put out the audio podcast every Friday. So Tony and I'll come up, he'll come to the house earlier. We'll have a cup of coffee or something, hang out and just kind of BS a little bit and then come upstairs to the studio room. And I will have pieces I've written. Usually a week before I will read stuff to him, get his feedback. Dorothy sees a lot of it as well. Back to what you asked before, Linda, Dorothy will look at stuff and she'll give me her comments. And then, so once the piece is kind of written and then revised a bit and Tony and I go over it and I read everything to him and then he gives me his comments and how it affects him or what he gets out of a piece. So then it gives me a little more insight. And then all the people commenting and sending me texts and emails and things like that, telling me what their thoughts were, help me to write as I'm going forward. So Tony says, Got another question, Tom?
Comments, yeah. Just some closing comments, I guess. Alberta Shellum just writes, "Hi from Alberta. Great job, James Cole."
Oh, Alberta, thank you for that. And tell Jim hi. We miss you guys.
And your good buddy Philip.
Oh, Phil Tumarillo. Hello, Phil. Hey, buddy. Thanks for checking in.
Hey, brother, keep it rolling.
Oh, man, I appreciate it. Again, talk about Phil. Phil is a guy that he and I had these conversations all the time from a very introspective place. And so everybody that I know in my life has lent themselves to my writings. So, Adriana said something about, how does the second season unfold? From everybody that I've been in contact with all my life, you meet people in your life. Sometimes they're there for a few moments. Sometimes they are the seed that helps you to grow your whole life, your character, your personality. And I've had so much, I've been blessed with that so much in my life by so many people across so many different areas. Every age range of people that I've known from much younger to my age to older people that, than myself. And everybody has something so important to share and help me to become more of who I am and grow as a person. So to be able to, have, like Phil being there, checking in, commenting, buddy, I miss you. I love you, brother. You know that. Give Karen regards. Always in my thoughts and prayers. You know that. I can't be happier with the core of people that are around me that have given me the support all my life. And I love you guys. I miss you all. Everybody out there, thank you for checking in. Again, February 5th. Is our new season for the audio podcast. It'll be released every Friday. So for people who hadn't, you can get on to YouTube through Unbridled Emotions and subscribe. It'll be also aired through Facebook, where you'll be able to see. There's a Cole Creative Writings .com is the website. You can go to the website if you want to look at stuff. Or under Cole Creative Writings. Even my brother-in-law, Mark, had brought something to my attention and said, when I first started to put these out, hey, guess what I did today? I asked Alexa to read Unbridled Emotions podcast, and he said she did. So I was laughing because I had no idea that was even available there. So anyway, people, thank you. Tony says I have another comment.
Yep. From Robert J. Winzinger Sr., first time listening. Fantastic job.
Hey, Bob, thank you. Bob and I just had dinner last night. So thank you, buddy. I appreciate that so much. Again, so many people like that. Bob and I had become friends down here when we moved to North Carolina. And I have had nothing but wonderful friendships, great people to be surrounding myself with. Made the transition from New Jersey to North Carolina. Awesome. The people in North Carolina have been actually just so inviting. And a lot of us here are from other places, but the people that are from here that I've come in contact with, in addition to the people that live in this development that I'm in, like Bob, like Alberta, everybody is just, they help you grow. They help you become better people by being so supportive and so friendly, and so they have opinions and they share them, and it helps you to become better at what you're doing. And me and my writings, it really lends itself to that. So again, I say thank you to everybody for being here. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the support. February 5th, we start again, and we add the component of YouTube where we'll have the pre-recorded live readings of the same piece that you'll be able to hear on the audio podcast. A lot of good things coming up in the future. I'm going to try to do this a little bit more often, maybe every couple of weeks, just to get a little feedback from people and share a little bit more. Thank you again. Love everybody. I appreciate the support. Thank you for being here. Have a great day. Stay safe, and God bless everyone.